I did a social experiment. I wanted to work out how much the average 3-bedroom house was in London, and as a tradesperson, if I could afford it or not, because we need to know what's the point in working, innit? We all want to live in a house, we all want to have a family, we all want to take our partner places, Maldives specifically. My girlfriend's seen the pictures, she wants to go. Bora Bora, these types of places. So, let's say 6 years ago, because we're in 2006 right now. So we need to go back and work out the hourly rate. From 2019, yeah, it was about $2.50 a day. You're going to say, oh, not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. But 3-bedroom house, nearly put 4 fingers up there, in London in 2019 was 510,000. So it's a lot of money. The average price of your boots for work, which you need to protect your feet, they were £55. Today, they are £100. Last time I checked, inflation was at 6% and rising like something in the morning. My social experiment ended up being some pages which you could swipe. It was a carousel, that's what it's called. Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, don't know why. At the end of that carousel, I put a GoFundMe. Not for myself, just the GoFundMe logo. Just because it makes sense. Because a lot of people are not getting $2.50 a day, even then, even now. So let's talk about the most current. They say you're getting $3.70 a day. Day rate now. Ooh, sounds pretty nice. But the houses are at 550,000 to 574,000 for the same yard. Boom! It just makes you think, are you ever going to be able to catch it? And if you can't catch it, what the hell can you do? Because as time goes on, you feel more uncomfortable because you're not in a position where you need to be in. Do you save every penny what you get? Do you try to put into stocks and shares? Do you say, fuck that, I'm going to turn into El Chapo? Because some things have to be a possibility. I'm not telling you to do that. Not on my YouTube channel, I'm not. I'm just saying, what are your options? Your options are very limited. Because you need to make a certain amount of money. Granted, you don't have to make the whole money for the house up front. But you got to find 10%. 20%. 30%. And then you got to make sure your income will cover you for that. And then when you still look at getting a house and saying to yourself, I can't ever not have a job, you know. I need to always have money coming in. 1,600, 1,700 is what people are looking at as a combined couple. Say your girl don't want to work. She wants to be a stay-at-home mum. She want to raise the picnic. What are you going to do? Don't be looking at the BMWs. Don't be looking at the Mercedes. If you look at the Ford. It makes me sit back in my seat and say, have I chose the right decision for me to flourish? I don't really know sometimes. Because I don't know personally that many plumbers who have made it. And made it, I say, living comfortably. They say that most people in the UK are living paycheck to paycheck, and the majority of people do not have £1,000 saved. When I heard that, I think I heard it on that chatting shit program, LBC, always chatting shit. First thing in the morning, if you got a van and you drive places, LBC up, they're in your fucking ear chatting the most, just telling you that how shit life is. I do not subscribe to something like that, because nobody can tell you where your future is going to end up. But the worry and the stress of being able to afford and keep up is a fucking burden on your shoulders. Even as a young person, you go to someone's house and he's, oh, this is a nice house. You don't want to ask them how much they paid. In your mind, you're thinking, I got to do some ill-gotten games to be able to get right. Which crosses a lot of people's mind. That's the honest truth. Whether you do that or not, I'm not telling you to do that on my show. I'm not telling you to do that when you come to this channel. I'm just getting over a cold. What I am telling you to do is subscribe, because I have these honest conversations with myself, but also with you guys. Because some of you lot are at the point where you want to buy a house, you want to own something. You don't even own a car at the moment. So it's all about building yourself up. It's all about giving yourself enough chances so you can reach that point. I think that some people in their head have said to themselves, I'll never own a property. And that's a sad thing, because you never really own these things in life, innit? You know, someone can always take them back off you if you don't finish off the payments within that 20 or 30 years. And then the naive side of me says, why do I want to be in debt for 25 years? But where else can I fucking live? It's a hard pill to swallow. At some points I've asked myself, ain't I more valuable than that? In the workplace, people look at you just as a number. In the workplace, people don't care if you shop in M&S. They say they shop in Tesco's and say, why don't you shop in there? It's alright, the food's alright. Go to Aldi. Shut up, man. It smells like foot inside there. That's why I can't go in there. But back to my point, people. How are we going to get over this? There is money out there to make 100%. But there's so many people that have put their little bit on the top. You're working for a company. He needs to make X amount of money off you. If an employer is employing you, I heard this the other day. They're paying an extra £1,000 on national insurance. I'm not even a person that tries to watch too much of this government bullshit. But it comes across your plate. And guess what? If you're not a fool, you understand what the people are saying. But it's not for me to push their agenda. That's Zionist type of chat and all the foolishness. That's not for me. I believe in people making it. People make it and make the difference. Society, government, all of that. They push their own agenda. They're all about making themselves rich. I get that. You got to make yourself rich. This is why I tell so many people online about the journey, what I've had personally. Because it's not normal. It's not the same as everybody else. Everyone else has took their own way to approach stuff. I wish for people to learn from my mistakes, because I'm human. I make mistakes. I feel that sometimes I should have bought a property a lot sooner than what I did. I feel that sometimes your skill level is higher than what's out there, so you should be paid accordingly. Oh, because of the market and because of this. We don't care about the fucking market. Just look at the facts. How do you make yourself more employable and make yourself get to that point? I don't really know sometimes. I know that maybe getting a fixer-upper house for myself is probably a better option, because I've got the skills to be able to fix up a house what needs doing. Most things I'm willing to learn. Plastering, know how to do a little bit of that. Tiling, definitely know how to do a little bit of that. Got a couple of mates who are sparkies. Got a mate who's a drainage engineer. Do the bathroom myself. Do the decorating myself. How the fuck am I going to work and provide while I'm doing that? Only way I worked it out for myself is for me to open another YouTube channel, which is about doing up houses. Because there's so many people that want to learn, and there's so many people that are not going to have the funds available to be able to even do that. But that's my plan. Don't steal it. Do your own. But I wanted to ask people who are in their 30s or in their 20s, when you hear house prices costing that much, what do you think to yourself? Do you think that this is an unachievable achievement right now? Do you feel that it's going to be Tesco meal deals for a very long time? Because it's all well and it's all good saying that you'll get by, but let's keep it fucking real. Most of my audience, they don't want to get by. You want to better yourself. And bettering yourself is like turning yourself into a diamond in the dirt. And then waiting for that sunlight to shine on you, because it will shine straight through your face and out your body. But one thing I realise is that giving up is never an option. Because after time and time, we've been tested, trialed, prevailed, came out on top. And it can work for you. You just got to be consistent. You got to be understanding of your own situation. You know, no longer can I go to work for £200 now. It's not really worth it. It's money. It's better than having no money. I'll always tell people income is better than none. Make yourself at least 3 or 4 streams of income. During my time where I've had downtime, because I don't work every single second, I have time to be able to reflect, think about the shit what I'm doing. I needed to come up with an idea which made me 100 grand, 200 grand. And that way that was just a base. But it can't be the answer to everything, because that 100 grand will get eat up, no problem. You know, I could spend that on a hard weekend, doing things on a bucket list, doing shit what Dan Bilzerian done, without not telling my partner. I'm joking, I wouldn't do that, babe. Do it with the bros. What I'm saying is that it's just a difficult situation to be in as an adult at this point in London, because you don't know who to turn to for answers. Most people who are 30 right now, you can't be asking your parents for 50 bags. Let me get 50 bags, mummy. Let me get 50 bags, daddy. They're telling, no, sir. Where do you think this is? A bank? Let me get a little loan. No. I think the era that I come from, if you can't afford it, don't get it. The era that I come from is a time of like, if you got dough, why are you using your cash card? But finance and economics is taught by the dealers. Whether you had a little dealer brethren, he will show you about money. You know, I got a product. If someone ain't got the P's, we can take something on the down payment. Cause if you don't pay, we take it away. but you never try to structure that towards life. You know, the amount of times that I've been in jobs and people have said, oh, could I pay you later? Could I pay you this? Hell to the fucking no. I can't ever do that with any. Ramp with my money, play with my money. I will jump on the internet and because I find that highly disrespectful. You know, I stopped turning up to work late because I needed to be paid on time. And this was like when I was in my teens, man. Like someone in their teens doesn't really give a fuck about work. And some of the people in their teens now are going to find it so difficult to be employed because of it's an extra £1,000 NI for a company to have someone as an employee now. It's long. It's long. It's practically cooked. But where there's a will, there is a motherfucking way. And you don't have to be the smartest person. You just need to find your loop. Because there always is a loop. I made a post on what I think that is going to be big next in plumbing. To help my plumbers and my community out. Because if I'm telling you this information, don't you think I need to give you something what's going to sort that out? Do that, beginning. That was like one of my first posts of the year. Because I understand that people need information, you know. And if I can be the person to give information, I'm glad to do that. Because at times when I needed it, I refer to people who are like my mentors. Like, what you be doing nowadays, big homie? I do this, grab this, start doing this. Alright, cool, bet. Granted, we don't tell everybody. We see if it works, see if it's got motion. If it's got no motion, let's put it to the side. All I'm saying is it's way too late to go to Santander and tell them that you're earning 35k. They might just laugh at you when it comes to having a mortgage. They might just be like, oh, okay, so how many more people are you trying to get on this mortgage? Because it has to be a combined one or something. It has to be like a combined harvester because you can't get it on your own. I really worry about the future of people being able to afford shit. You know, it pushes people to a lot of other things in life. Crime, drugs, degenerate behaviour. So I just like to be part of the people who come with a bit of a solution instead of tell you about all this shit. Because it only just puts another downer on life. You know, I always specifically told people nothing who I was working with. Oh, Mr. Plumber, you got a house. I'll tell you that. It's none of your business. I was in there early with a yard. Property ladder. But the point is that after a while, when you start thinking about your own situation, you start thinking about the people around you. How's everyone else going to survive? Because if you're sitting okay, other people start looking at your plate after a while. You know what I mean? It brings the like inconsiderate people to the plate. Oh, but you're alright, so why are you fucking... Because I've got a heart. Because I think about other people. I don't just think about myself. But I would honestly like to know what you don't think, because to my audience and to people who follow me, I know that other people are in the same position, if not worse. So it makes great conversation. And it's adult-like at the end of the day. And I'd obviously do want you to check out my other video, which I had up here, which I've done before. Like, share and subscribe. And get yourself a house and whatever you want. Yeah? Because time ticks on. We ain't got no time. 2026. subscribe.